That day Norman met that new company employee that he had remembered hearing of earlier. Norman tried to welcome him, but found in his mind, excessive loudness and overly energetic manner off-putting. At the end of the workday, this new employee tried to invite Norman to the bar, which annoyed Norman, although he tried to realize that he didn't mean to do so. Indeed, he seemed so sorry after Norman tried to explain his lifestyle, Norman finding it difficult to explain he enjoyed his life, that in order to prevent him becoming increasingly upset, accompanied this man to his chosen destination. Norman hated and was afraid of the noisy place, and repeatedly attempted to leave over the many hours that followed. At the bar he was introduced to his new co-worker's sister, who was likewise, in Norman's mind, excessively loud and overly energetic. Norman was deeply irritated by the woman, and his life was profoundly upset when after many years of acquaintance, he felt obliged to marry her, as she had a vastly misconstrued idea of his feelings towards her. After their marriage, to his embarrassment, in front of many of his shocked co-workers, they lived together for many years, during which large parties were hosted every night, in which Norman often became inebriated, which led many times to his temporary imprisonment. Norman raised many boisterous and troublemaking children and grandchildren over the subsequent decades, which he spent in a bewildered stupor. Norman awoke shivering. It was the worst nightmare he'd ever experienced. He later decided the milk he'd drunken before drifting into sleep had perhaps been old, leading to his frightening delusion. Norman was scared to go back to sleep in case he experienced a recurrence of his unfortunate somnambular episode, and did not sleep the rest of the night. Norman took the next day off of work, and recovered his lost sleep, and by the next night he had returned to his usual sleeping pattern.